BYUtv. Welcome back to BYU Football with Kalani Sitake. Well, it's Utah Week. Before we bring in Will Ferrin, we have a little segment. Since it is Utah Week, we're calling this segment Rivalry Reactions. So we've gone to social media, which is always the best place to go for this kind of stuff. And we've gotten some brief posts. Some are from BYU fans. Some are from Utah fans. And we're going to take a look at these together. We're going to see them together. Most of these for the first time for me, and we're gonna judge them for create.
We are?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh gosh. Okay. So it's our reaction.
Creativity,
right.
General content. Here we go. This first one, it's from a person called @BYUFan1984. So we assume it's a BYU fan, and his comment or her comment on social media is. It's smack talk here. Utah fans wear socks with sandals to bed. Oh, that's harsh. That's very harsh. Wow.
I wear socks with sandals. And if I'm sleeping outside, I'm gonna do it to bed too. So yeah, is that trash talk? I think that's.
It apparently is.
They don't all do that though.
Okay. From Utah, a Utah fan. BYU fans don't change the batteries in their smoke detectors. They think the beeping means that it's working.
That's true. Or it could mean that I'm too lazy to go get a ladder.
Yeah.
And get it done. I mean, yeah, that explains me a little bit.
Okay, number 3. This apparently is a BYU fan. Utah fans think The Last Jedi was the best Star Wars film. Apparently, you're not supposed to think that.
I like all the Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm with you too. Yeah. That one doesn't resonate with me.
No.
All right, from @Orem Ute, so a local Ute, BYU fans, he says, leave their shopping carts in parking spaces. Oh, that's very bitter. Very bitter.
That's not. Everybody does that.
Yeah.
What they do is they look around to make sure nobody's in the parking lot, and then they leave it there. You guys have all done it. Everyone's done that though.
BYU fan says, the University of Utah educated my mom and gave her the critical thinking she needed to send all 4 of her kids to BYU.
Mother of the year right there.
All right, back to the other side. BYU fans believe that a quarterback is a refund. Wah, wah, wah. That's play on words there.
I'm just happy nobody's making fun of me on these tweets right now. So that's it. Yeah, that's really like mild.
From the BYU side, @FiredUpCoug, Utah fans don't silence their ringtone during sacrament meeting. That's annoying. That's annoying. Yeah.
Well, you have to admit though, when somebody's phone goes off in church, everyone checks their phone, right?
It might be me.
Yeah,
it might be me. Utah fan, @BrynUtah. BYU fans get to the front of the line at Swig and don't know their order. Well, that's irritating. That is a problem.
I don't know. BYU fans know what they want from Swig.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen, would it?
Yeah.
It's a pizza smack talk on the next one, apparently.
Okay.
This is what passes for pizza in Provo, says @IsTyrell, a Utah fan. Yeah, so it looks like some unappetizing things there. And so...
what is that?
Exactly. That was kind of the same, yeah.
Is that pineapple on pizza?
It is pizza on pineapple.
It's good. It makes you feel like you're eating healthy.
And somehow somebody not involved in the rivalry jumps in for our final rivalry reaction. This is from a Utah State fan. And there's the Utah State fan just chilling while the Cougs and Utes kind of have it out in the background there. So they're just, they don't have a dog in the fight.
That's funny. Yeah, that's good.
Happy rivalry week indeed. Okay, BYU comes into Saturday's game with Utah on a 2-game win streak over the Utes, and the streak reached 2 in a row off the toe of our special guest tonight. Last year in Salt Lake City, Will Ferrin scored the game-winning points on a 44-yard field goal, the field goal distance matching his jersey number. And tonight, he makes his Sitake show debut. Please welcome in number 44, Will Ferrin.
great.
How many of our guys have worn shades to the show?
Will's been hanging out with Pops a lot lately, so.
The style's rubbing off on me.
Are those the cool shades that shoot video and stuff?
Yeah, I didn't know how to work them. I just got the rundown over there. And
So we might see something from this.
we should. I think
good.
so.
They're headphones too.
They're very cool.
Yeah, like
You can listen to music, yeah.
It's like the Iron Man. What's that called? Iron Man's little helper. Jarvis.
That's what I wear during the
feels
Cougar
like.
walk. That thing, yeah, right there.
Yeah, these are like these are the meta glasses, right?
Yeah.
That actually do a lot of funky stuff. Okay, well, we're going to find out what that looked like when he comes in at some point.
I should have looked over here more. I think
It's all good.
Just looked at me the whole time.
I thought this isn't Bill's vibe all the time, but I'll go with it. Yeah,
It
it's
might
all right.
become my vibe.
I mentioned your jersey number 44, but you weren't always that. Let's start there. Story behind your jersey number, what it was, what it is, why it is.
Yeah, so I've actually never picked my jersey number in my whole career of playing football. I think it's in the fine print of being the kicker is you don't get a pick. So the whole story all the way back, so when I went to Boise State, they told me to pick 5 numbers that I would wear, and then they would assign me. And I went through the roster, and I chose 5 numbers that weren't taken. So I'm like 39, 46. Like I wasn't choosing the cool numbers. And then,
What was your high school number, by the way?
So, well, that too. I was 39 my first couple years.
Okay.
And we got new jerseys, and 39 was an extra large. So then they gave me 83 after that. So I was just trying to get any number that they would give me.
You really were just getting
Boise.
anything. Yeah, okay, yeah.
So they ended up giving me none of the 5 numbers that I chose.
Great,
And
nice.
instead I shared number 45. And then so I think when I came down here, they just put me in 45, and then the player that was 45, or the player that was 44 switched to 45. So I just fell right into
44's open.
So yeah, now we love it. Now it's mine, and we get to make something of it.
That's awesome. Kalani, your number at BYU?
34.
Yeah, 34.
But I was 23
yeah,
first.
switched.
So obviously they treat fullbacks the same as kickers. No, I wore 23 because I wanted to honor Vice Kahema when he was 23 when I was a young boy, and then 34 it was 23 I was always taking. I got home from a mission. 34 just looked nice. I thought they'd give me the ball more if I wore 34.
Like Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah. The path to Boise State from Davis High School and then to BYU. Kind of take us through that.
Yeah, so recruiting's hard for a kicker. It's a lot of selling yourself, messaging coaches on Twitter, kind of doing the whole marketing scheme for yourself. So out of high school, I got 2 offers to walk on. It was Utah State and Utah, and decided on Utah State. Went on my mission, and eventually the coaching staff got fired at Utah State. So I was on my mission and didn't really have any options. So while I was out, I fell back on some of the connections that I made when I was in high school and messaged some coaches, and ended up getting a few more offers while I was out, all to walk on. Offers like Oregon State and Boise State. The special teams coordinator that offered me at Utah State moved to Boise. So I was somewhere between 20 and 22 months out of my mission, decided that it was going to be Boise State. And then I think it was 10 days after I got home, I packed up my car and drove to Boise. So it's a quick turnaround, but for what it was, I think it worked out well and gave me some pretty awesome experiences.
Yeah, how do you think of your time up there in Boise?
Yeah, it was awesome. I think getting to play, I kicked off my very first game 2 or 3 months after I got home from my mission, and I was just thrown right into it, which was awesome. Like, I was playing in big games. I was getting experience hitting kickoffs. Didn't get to kick field goals. I punted once in a game, kind of last minute. But overall, the experiences were so cool, and I really enjoyed my time playing on the blue turf and being a part of that. And I think they have a really cool brand and culture up there that I learned from and learned how to apply to the way that I do things now here.
There was a Bachmeyer at quarterback, so you got used to that already?
Yeah. I'm used to having a Bachmeyer taking snaps. So
Hank was the guy up there. And eventually, Kelly Popinga ends up in Boise.
Yeah.
And maybe you could bring us fast forward from you and Kelly both being there to you and Kelly both being here.
Yeah, it was cool. So that coach that offered me at Utah State and then went to Boise. He took a bigger job somewhere else. And we got 2 coordinators in. So we had special teams coordinators, and Coach Papinga was one of the 2. And he wasn't over kick teams as much. So I got to work with him, but not as much as I do at BYU. Because I was hitting kickoffs and field goals, and he had a lot of influence on punt. And so we still worked with him a lot, and I got to know him really well, and I got to know his family while we were up there. And then it was funny. I think a lot of people just say that like I came to BYU with him. I think it was both of us came to BYU at the same time together. I remember I went to the facility to tell him that I was gonna hit the transfer portal.
He's like, me too.
Yeah, I was all worried about it, and then his wife is in there packing up a box, and I'm like, wait, who's asking the questions here? So it was cool, and it's cool getting to see, like, or getting to work with him for as long as I have now, and I feel like we know each other pretty well, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah. How fortunate do you feel to have received Will Ferrin into your program for these great seasons he's had?
Oh yeah, he was the answer to my prayers, and so you know, and not just because he can kick the ball, but his leadership skills and just the way that he is with our team. And so when he came into the program, he just fit right in the locker room, and it was an easy transition. And then all of a sudden everybody just started loving our kicker a lot more, and especially when he was making all his kicks. But it's just, he's always been such a great leader and such a great teammate, and it's never been just about his role as a kicker. He's always into service and trying to help people, and it's been amazing having him here in our program.
I have a special sheet that I print out every week with just Will's records and stats on that I'm updating every week on my broadcast. You've had so many great moments. Even your fakes are great. But does anything top the Utah experience last year in Salt Lake City?
I don't think so. I think when you're a kid growing up in Utah that wants to be a kicker, that's kind of the peak. Like getting to, I mean, most people never get a chance to do anything like that. So getting the opportunity to go out there and do that was pretty cool. So I think that's the highlight for sure for me so far.
Well, maybe you'll make another one this weekend.
Hey,
you never
would
know.
love to.